Students, you are welcome to SPSC e-lessons. I hope all of you are fine and doing good. Today we will start a new chapter. You know that every complex machine-like structure or machine-like thing in the world requires some kind of energy to work. As you see, your body is like a machine and it needs some energy. And from where you fulfill your energy needs, you fulfill it by eating food. So food is like your fuel. Similarly, all other machines in the world also need some kind of energy. These machines can be cars, factories, or things like that. So from where they get their energy, most of the world's energy is produced by burning fuels. As fuels are the sources of energy, so we can say that they are the energy resources on earth. So our topic for the day is energy resources. Before starting the topic, let's see the sight words first. Are the sight words? The very first of these words is combustion. Combustion means the chemical reactions which involves burning of the substance. Then as the word ignite, ignite means to set something on fire, to start a fire on, to make something to catch the fire. Then as charcoal, it is the hard black wood which is used for fuel, used as a fuel. Then as coke, it is solid fuel which is also pure carbon and is black in color. Then is liquefied petroleum gas. It is LPG, the gas which is found in cylinders. When your natural gas is not coming, you use the cylinders. So this liquefied petroleum gas is present there. Then are chemical bonds. These are the forces of attraction present between different elements in a chemical compound. Most of the world's energy comes from burning fuels, and we have studied the name of a chemical reaction which is combustion. It is that chemical reaction in which a substance, that is fuel in this case, is set to burn, and when it burns in the presence of oxygen, it produces lots of thermal energy. Thermal energy means heat energy. This heat energy is then utilized for different activities. But how do this reaction begin? Because if the things keep on burning all of a sudden by themselves, then it will be very dangerous. So firstly, this fuel needs to be ignite. Ignite means it is firstly set on fire. It cannot burn on its own. We give a light or we lit the fuel to fire to catch the fire. When it starts burning, then the reaction keeps on going. Let's see some common fuels which can be used as sources of energy. These are some common fuels which are used according to their availability and according to the type of work which we are supposed to do. Let's see them one by one. The first one are wood and charcoal. These are the very conventional ways of obtaining energy. The charcoal is the black wood which has been burned somehow. These are used in some countries where there is no availability of natural gas or other fuels. It is used for heating and cooking in some countries. Then are coal and coke. These are the pure carbon compounds. They are used for obtaining energy in houses and as well as in power stations. What are power stations? These are those places where electricity is produced. Then is the natural gas. It is used in our homes. As you would have seen, your kitchen is supplied with natural gas. Then our factories and power stations which also use natural gas to produce different things or to get some energy. Then is liquefied petroleum gas. It is also known as LPG. which is its abbreviation, and it is also known as bottled gases. These are the low carbon gases which are used in our homes and in cars as well when the natural gas supply is abundant. Second, the last one is oil products. These are petrol, diesel, jet oil, kerosene oil, and all these things. These are used in vehicles, in our homes and power stations as well, for heating and for getting energy. Let's see that how can we obtain energy out of these fuels. Let's see that how can we obtain energy from fuels and how do the fuels release energy. We will take the example of natural gas, which is called methane. This is the molecule of methane. It is made up of one carbon atom which is bonded to 4 hydrogen atoms. This line between them is the chemical bond. It is actually a force of attraction between them. When this molecule is set on fire, the atoms of this molecule, which are carbon and hydrogen, they are set free. When they are set free in the air, there is excess oxygen present. This oxygen, these free molecules or free atoms combine with oxygen to form different compounds, such as hydrogen combined with oxygen to form water, and similarly carbon combines with oxygen to form carbon dioxide gas. So when they form new bonds, they release lots of heat energy. So we have seen that breaking a bond uses energy, while making a bond releases energy.